Oh yeah, if you guys have any friends or anyone that couldn't make the meeting, but you know that they're interested in the club, it'll all be on our YouTube channel, so they can check it out there.
Yeah. So I'm going to start out with the Delftia project, which is basically the research opportunity we advertised. And I'm part of this team. So if you guys have any questions, please reach out to me after the meeting and I'll be happy to answer them. And if I can't answer them, I'll ask like the head person, which is basically Lauren. So it's the Delftia project. And actually our advisor, Dr. Galler, is also like the head of this. So basically, one of the things that we really believe in is that science should be transparent and accessible as possible because it should be reproducible and confirmed by others. This is what gives science its power. And so this semester, we will create a Wiki EDU course to get students involved in Delftia research. And Delftia is a microbe that basically converts gold liquid into gold particles. And our goals for the Wiki EDU course is for the students to gain digital literacy, writing communication, critical thinking, and collaboration. And our timeline is that we'll start with the Wiki EDU tutorials and then go on to annotated bibliography, sequencing analysis, which I'll talk more about in the next slides, and draft writing, collaborative peer review, editing, and then final submissions. And our goals for this is for you guys to learn how to analyze research articles, synthesize primary resources, and also enhance public education about Delftia, because this can also be used in bioremediation and it can be used in computer software, I think. So there's a lot of applications of Delftia that scientists and other people could really be used if this information was available to like the public. And again, I just want to emphasize before I continue that getting into an actual lab during this fall semester will be very difficult. People who are already had lab positions are not able to get in labs. Even professors aren't able to get into labs. So for an undergraduate student to get into an actual lab to perform lab research, it'll be very difficult. But this is a way that you can hopefully get more research opportunities when labs do open up. And then hypothesis, we tried to use this with STEM Journal Club, but people preferred the Google Drive method a lot more. But hypothesis will be the main way we will compile, organize, and annotate primary sources. And to complete your annotated bibliography, you will need a minimum of 5 references. And so basically, once the annotated bibliography is made, we can start editing the Wikipedia pages. So you will be technically changing that and publishing online information on there. And then K-Base is a tool to analyze sequences. So we submitted a research grant and hopefully we'll hear back soon. And we're trying to get some of the Delftia strains analyzed by another lab. And then when the results come back to us, we will share that with all the everyone who's a part of this project, and we'll analyze those strains together and then hopefully use that new information to also publish it somewhere, most likely on the wiki pages. And then Draw Delftia is another part of this project. They're not really that connected. You can do Draw Delftia without being one of the annotators if you're more interested in that aspect. And basically you draw these microbes and we post them on our Twitter and Instagram. So you can see this little Twitter screenshot I took, and it's basically someone drew their version of the bacteria, and this is just to help get the word out and help get I think pictures are just a good way for people to learn about anything. So they really want to advertise this and make sure you don't have to be part of the Delftia project to send in pictures. So if in your free time, you want to draw a microbe and then send it to our Instagram or Twitter, we will be sure to publish it with and credit you whoever draws it. And if you want to check out more about the Delftia project, it's at Delftia on Twitter, and then at Delftia_NCU on NCSU on Instagram, and you can just search up the hashtag Draw Delftia as well. And here's some links also if you want to do your own future research before you join the project to see if it's something you're interested in. There's a book, WordPress, Twitter, and Instagram. And then I linked all of our emails down below as well. So I'm R Tahir at NCSU EDU. So if you feel comfortable reaching out to me, I'd be more than happy to talk to you guys about this project and how to get involved. There are limited spaces in the Wiki EDU course. So if this is something you're really interested in, please make sure it's a commitment you can do for the fall semester. Like, we need people who are actually committed, because we can only register a certain amount of people for the course. So it's something that you'll be doing throughout the fall semester. And then these are the other two emails of the people who are also running it, and you can email them directly as well if you want. And here are just the references. Does anyone have any questions?
Can you explain the course again? Like, what's the course?
Yeah, it's a Wiki EDU course, so we haven't officially, that's why Delftia hasn't had their own interest meeting, because we haven't officially made the course. But basically what we'll be doing is we're going through the modules right now to, like, that you have to do beforehand to create the course. And once you create this Wiki EDU course, you can basically track students' progress and all of that and see how far they're getting. And then I think at the end, we can allow you guys to publish information on the wiki pages, so you can like change information that's incorrect there or add new information, if that makes sense. But we're still learning about the Wiki EDU course itself. So once we complete that, we'll have a lot more information.
John Britt messaged in chat asking, what about Snapgene? I assume that's another website, kind of like K-Base.
I'm not sure. I think we first have to get the strains like analyzed from another lab, and they're not sure what lab they're using yet. And what we're thinking about now is using K-Base, but I don't think they've discussed using any other like software for that.
Okay, I was just asking, like, is there a difference between, like, is there a big difference between like Snapgene and K-Base?
I've never worked with Snapgene, so I don't really know if there is. So yeah, I'm not sure about that.
What is K-Base exactly? Because I've worked with Snapgene, so
I haven't worked with this yet, because we're still waiting for our to get our grant, so that we know what we can do with what strains we can analyze. So we haven't looked into K-Base. Like, I personally haven't looked into K-Base, but I'm sure that the other two students, they've been working with Dr. Galler for like the past year. So I'm sure they know more about K-Base if you have specific questions about that.
Yeah, Mohammed, this is what Rose was using.
oh, she was using K-Base.
Yeah, Rose is she works with us too sometimes.
And this is like, from what it looks like, K-Base is vastly different from Snapgene, John. So.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the similarities and differences, because I haven't worked with it yet, but I'm sure Rose, she works with us sometimes too. And then Lauren and Deja have been working on Delftia for a long time, so they probably know more information about that.
Is the weekly course, is that like sectioned into like weeks?
So the specific timeline, we have to still work on, like, when exactly we're going to do Zoom meetings and things like that, but it should be pretty easy to work with your own schedule. I don't think there'll be a lot of, like, we want to work in groups at times, obviously, because it's like a collaboration like type of thing, but I don't think that it will be like very time consuming. Like, it's things that it was, because, like, you know, annotating a article and then like making your own bibliography, that's something you can always do on your own time as well. So I don't think there'll be a lot of like structured meetings like every single week, but we probably will meet at least like once a month, I think. I hope that answered your question.
Yeah, it did. I was just kind of wondering about like the numbers on the timeline, does that represent like each kind of week we'll be doing?
Oh,
like
no. No, it's just like a 1, 2, 3, like the steps that we'll take to finally submit and change the pages. It's not by week or anything.
I see.
No,
I see.
I think it's gonna go from like the beginning of August to November. So we'll have like 4 months to, change the Wiki EDU pages. So hopefully, be done by the annotated bibliographies by like the end of second month, or like in the third month, so that we can start writing the changes we're gonna make to the Wiki EDU pages.
I see. Thank you.
Okay. And you can email me or email Lauren or Deja. If you email me, I'll probably just share it with everyone so we can give you guys the best information since we're working on it. But we're going to be working on the Wiki EDU courses and, getting stuff analyzed for the fall semester for the next few weeks. And then we're thinking about having an interest meeting sometime in the beginning of fall to give out all the concrete information. So if you guys are interested in that, I'll send that out through STEM Journal Club as well. And you can always reach out to me. Yeah. And this is our presentation for our STEM Journal Club meeting.
Okay, so a few of the changes that we're going to be making going into the fall, we're hoping to do 2 meetings a month. We've made a Google Slides that'll be sent out to you guys to fill it out. That'll determine the new date and time. We're hoping we can still have speakers come in and speak with us, probably online. We might try and do something in person if it is safer moving into this year, but there's, as it is now, probably online. And we want to work with your schedules. We don't want you guys stressing out a lot about the club. We'll probably still keep the blog and probably still keep the YouTube channel as long as you guys think those are useful. So you'll still have those avenues in case you miss a meeting or two, and hopefully, things keep working the way they are.
Do any of you guys have suggestions for what professionals or professors you would like to see speak? Okay.
So for the fall, we're opening up a new position. The name of the position is like research advisor, and unfortunately we can only have an NC State student do it because our club is still like an NC State club. So we're looking for someone that like hopefully has some research experience behind them and can attend like the meetings and officer meetings. Basically we want someone that can like help club members like with research opportunities and stuff like that. So, if you're someone that has like a good background and network in research already, that would be like fantastic because, obviously we want to help our members like in the future find research. So having someone in our board to help those students find research, I think that would be like a really good aspect to add to the club. And if you're interested in applying, just email us at stemjournalclub@gmail.com or DM us on Instagram, email any of us, just hit us up. So yeah.
And just to clarify, this doesn't mean that we won't come up to you guys with like research opportunities as well. This would just be like a officer that's specifically in charge of like helping students get research, rather than like dealing with the other like minutia of the club and stuff.
Yeah. And also helping students who don't have any research experience go through those articles and present, because I know a lot of students reached out to us and said we're just like really nervous about presenting. Like we would love to present, but we're just like nervous and we don't know what topic to pick, etc. So this club member would really help students find an article and present their research and be comfortable presenting. And on top of that, if you guys aren't comfortable presenting, please reach out to us. Like we will help you in any way we can, picking an article, analyzing the article, even if you want to do like a mock presentation with us, we're really open. We just want everyone to get some sort of research experience under their belt, and hopefully that will help moving on. So for outreach, remember that it's open to all majors, and it's even open to non-state students. So if you know someone who's interested in getting involved in research, please send this to them and tell them that they're welcome to come. And if they're a non-state member, all they have to do is email us, and we'll add their email to our non-state students list. And this is a flyer we made, and we'll be sending this out with our next email, so you guys can send this little flyer out to anyone who's interested. As most of you know, our blog is published under the Office of Undergraduate Research Publications tab. So that's really exciting. And everyone who presents has the opportunity to get a blog post published on there. And then we did have a medical student come speak with us, and we had a couple professors come speak to during the summer. And we just wanted to get feedback from you guys for the fall semester, anything that you think that you want to see, anything you want to see changed, etc. So if you guys have any thoughts about how this summer went for you, or what you guys want to see change for the fall, please let us know.
Does anyone have any immediate questions for us?
Or just immediate feedback or anything like that?
Oh, yeah.
One specific question I had that was that I just wanted to know from you guys, was the blog beneficial to any of you? Did you guys enjoy it, or did you guys enjoy the YouTube channel at all? Did it help anyone?
I didn't.
Sorry, go on. No,
I was just I didn't use the YouTube channel, but I did take a look over the Google Drive, and I did find it to be just super informative, some of the things that were talked about as well. So.
Oh, was the Google Drive easy to use, or was it hard to access? Does anyone have any thoughts about that?
I thought it was just pretty straightforward. Each week you could kind of just see what was in there. So I really preferred the Drive. I thought it was pretty good.
Okay, no, that's actually really useful. Yeah, so with the Google Drive, we're thinking about continuing that, and we'll probably put all these folders into summer 2020, and then have fall 2020 and put all the weeks in there, then spring 2020, and kind of go on from there. So you'll be able to see the research from the summer, even if you weren't able to come to most of the meetings. Same thing with the fall. And we are planning on doing bi-weekly meetings, so every just 2 weeks. I mean, a meeting two meetings every month. So do you guys think that would work with your schedules? Is that too much, or do you think you'd be able to attend / present at least 1 or 2 meetings throughout the fall?
But it looks like a lot of people in
Yeah.
the chat are saying bi-weekly is good. So that's a good sign. And something that I want to emphasize is that presenting at these meetings, that's probably the most advantageous thing for y'all to do, because then you literally have physical proof on the internet that I
presented
research, and I did something during the pandemic to show that I do care about research.
And I was going to say, if you guys are interested in research opportunities, it might be a really cool way to show a professor at state that their research is right for you. They would ask why are you interested in my research, or why do you want to work on my research project? Show them your blog post, show them the YouTube video of you presenting. That's physical evidence of your interest in whatever they're researching.
Yeah, so something you could definitely do is you're interested in working with blank professor, let's say Dr. Hartstone, because he came and worked with us and he does research on animals. Maybe you could find a research article about animals, something you find interesting, and present about that. And then when you email Dr. Hartstone, you could be like, hey, like I presented about this research, I'm really interested in it, please check out my blog post at blank link. If you email us and you're like, hey, can you send us a specific link for our blog post, we're more than more than happy to provide that for you. So we really want this club to benefit our club members more than anything, and we're willing to work with you guys a lot. Also, if you're looking for more officer positions during this meeting, there isn't any other. There's just that one position for as of now. We're going to see how many emails we get as well about the position and see what to do from there. But just to let you guys know that both Mohammed and Myra, she couldn't be here today because she was sick, but both of them are seniors. So they will be graduating at the end of this year. And so, yeah, obviously. So next year, you know, there will be a lot more positions available. And we would love to see, you know, like have new officers, but it's just, there's not really much more we need at the moment.
And obviously that could change with the school year if we realize that like the club now has 35 plus people at every meeting consistently, then we might need more officers.
All right, any questions, comments, just something somebody wants to say?
Actually, I have a question. So you said it would be good like to find what professor is working on what. Is there a resource that we can go to that kind of lists out a lot of what the people are doing at state?
You know, I wish there was. I really do, for your sake and my sake and everyone else's. But sadly, there's not. I just searched up different departments, and then you have to go to the faculty, and then you have to click on the faculty's name and see if they're doing research. I don't know of any like list. I've even contacted Office of Undergraduate Research to get a list myself, and they just said you just have to look at their bios. Yeah, like John said, you just have to research.
Yeah.
But good, like there's a good thing if you're interested in research in a specific department, at least you can look at
Narrow
that.
it down to that department. Yeah.
Narrow it down to that department. And also don't limit to yourself to just to bio and chemistry and physics, like basic STEM stuff. There's a lot of like research in sociology and psychology that is very related to like pre-health, pre-med things, because I know a lot of people here are pre-health and pre-med. Like there's a professor in the sociology department doing research on COVID-19 and food insecurity. So I say definitely keep an open mind when you're looking at for research opportunities. And after you present, you could also email the professors and ask to get a meeting. I think getting a meeting in with a professor is one of the best ways to show that you're interested. And during that meeting, really listen to what they have to say. Like listen to their research, let them talk about themselves, so you can get an idea of like what they're researching and how interested you are in that.
But also like if you are meeting with the professor, make sure you do your homework first, because you know the last thing you want is for them to be talking about their research and yeah.
Something about that's actually pretty good. When you find a professor, like when you go to their bio and you see that they're doing research, a lot of their research articles are available to NC
Yeah,
students.
exactly. Like read their papers before the meeting.
Yeah, exactly. And I was gonna say you could actually present on their paper specifically. Like if you knew that that was like the one research opportunity you really wanted, just present on that paper, and then you get two birds with one stone.
And like if y'all need like help with any type of deal, or like you could email us. And also like even with the symposium, right, like the summer symposium, like we had some people like kind of practice present with us, and I think that's like a great thing to do, because
Yeah.
you know it's like a low stress situation when you're presenting with like other students versus a professor and like all these other people up there. So yeah.
That's really good advice. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Anything else? Anybody else to say? All right, I think we can wrap it up.
Can I ask one question? You mentioned earlier, but like my Wi-Fi cut out for just a second. About the diphtheria research. So like, would we just contact, like, is it kind of just like the same as before? Like, I contacted the person in charge for it. I think her name is Lauren, and like, you just go over the research, or like, can you elaborate a little bit more about that?
Yeah, Homa, are you? I forget. Are you an NC student or Meredith?
I'm a Meredith student. I don't know if it counts right now because I'm taking NC State classes this semester, so I'm technically enrolled. But
Okay.
yeah.
No, that's good because I know that they're looking first at trying to get NC State students involved, and then they're going to reach out. If they don't get enough NC State students involved, they might reach out to other or campuses. But since you're enrolled in NC State classes, I think you should be fine. I spoke with Lauren, and she just had a really busy like few weeks. She was doing her own other project presentation for symposiums and another video for another research project, so she had a lot of her own like projects ending at those deadlines for that week. And then but we are meeting sometime this week on Wednesday or Thursday, hopefully, to figure out like all the kinks and get the just get everything sorted out before the fall semester begins. And she hasn't replied to the emails yet, but I think during that meeting I can definitely bring up people who have emailed her and then new people who email her and make sure those get responded. But if you forward me that email, or if you guys send me an email, I'll be sure to bring it up in our next meeting and be like, these are the people who have emailed us and who are like willing to get involved, because I think they're just trying to make sure that they're gonna have an interest meeting. And I think whoever emailed them and shows up there, that's like the people they're going to choose, because again, it's a wiki edu course, so they only have a specific number. Well, yeah, there's only a specific number of people who can enroll. So once someone's enrolled, it'll be hard to take them out, and then that person has to commit the fall semester to doing this project. So I hope that kind of makes more sense, but definitely forward me the email and I'll make sure to bring it up in our next meeting. She just had a lot, like the head person of it, Lauren, she just had a lot of her own projects ending.
Yeah, I can definitely imagine. Yeah, thank you so much. That definitely would help.
Yeah, so just I'll write my email down here for anyone who's interested, and we'll be sending out the Delftia project Google Slides and these Google Slides in our next email. So if you guys want to reach out to me, just do it, and do it soon, because I think we're like I said, we're gonna have our meetings sometime later this week, and I'll be sure to bring up anyone who emails me. So it's in the chat for anyone who's interested in that.
All right, any other questions, comments, concerns? All right, well, I guess we could wrap it up. Thanks everybody for coming. Thanks for being a part of our club for this summer. We know like a lot of y'all like have had it tough. So we hope this club helped y'all in some type of way. And we hope we see you at future meetings in the fall as well. Give us feedback. Obviously, like, we want to help as many people as we can, but at the same time, like, we want to maximize how we help y'all. Like, what makes it easier? What do y'all want? Like, just let us know. And thanks for coming. Bye.
Yeah, it was nice seeing all of you. Hope you have a nice rest of your summer.
And hope everyone's finals went well.